Joining us now, former law clerk for Justice Neil Gorsuch, former counsel to then Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley, Mike Davis, also the founder of the Article 3 Project. Should be no surprise to our viewers where you stand based on that resume. On this, take us through what's happening with Amy Coney Barrett over the next couple of days in terms of preparation for those confirmation hearings that Chad was talking about.
Yeah, so presuming that President Trump announces Judge Amy Coney Barrett for the Supreme Court tonight at 5 o'clock, which is a safe presumption, the Senate Judiciary Committee will have a hearing starting on October 12th, likely. It will probably be a 3 or 4 day hearing. After the hearing, there are questions submitted, written questions for the record submitted by senators. They get back those answers. They go to committee votes.
Mike, I got all that from John and Chad's report. I'm wondering in terms of the preparation. You've been there as you've talked to, certainly as circuit court nominees are going through this process. What's the preparation like for Amy Coney Barrett ahead of a confirmation like this?
Well, I mean, it's an intensive process. I ran this process for Justice Gorsuch when he went through this process, and you have to. Judge Barrett is extraordinarily smart and extraordinarily qualified. She'll go through her rulings on the Seventh Circuit over the last 3+ years. She'll go through her academic writings for the last 18 years at Notre Dame Law School, where she has served as a professor. She may have to go back and look at what she wrote when she was on the Supreme Court as a law clerk to Justice Scalia, the late great Justice Scalia. She wrote bench memos, and those could potentially become public depending on the timing of when the libraries will release those. So she just needs to go through and look at her record, refresh her record, and be prepared to answer the senator's questions and unapologetically defend her conservative record.
There's her conservative record, and then there's the issue that John Roberts brought up. We already saw the attack by Dianne Feinstein and others on Amy Coney Barrett based on her religion. How do you prepare for something like that?
Well, we saw a test run of this on her for her Seventh Circuit confirmation hearing. I was the staff leader for that on the Judiciary Committee. We saw Senator Dianne Feinstein, the top Democrat on the committee, with her anti-Catholic dog whistles and bigotry, saying that the dogma lives loudly within you, and that's disturbing. That's what Senator Feinstein said to Amy Coney Barrett. That's going to backfire spectacularly if the Democrats do that.
We've heard the political argument that it'll backfire spectacularly. We're going to talk to some folks in swing states about that. What's interesting is in the history does not necessarily repeat itself, but sometimes it rhymes. You didn't see Amy Coney Barrett come back with sort of the fiery counterpunch to Dianne Feinstein in the way that, say, Brett Kavanaugh came back when he was attacked with accusations against him. Is there going to be any sort of change based on the test run you guys saw in 2017? What would be your advice against those same kinds of attacks now in 2020?
I mean, we're already seeing the attack starting yesterday. We see leading Democrat operatives are out on Twitter saying that Amy Coney Barrett, who has 7 children, 5 biological children, including 1 with Down syndrome, and 2 children adopted from Haiti, there's this whack job on Twitter last night saying that Amy Coney Barrett is racist because she adopted 2 children from Haiti. So it's disgusting. And
Mike, I understand what the attacks are going to be. I'm asking you, how do you counterpunch? How is the current person in your job going to be advising Amy Coney Barrett and prepping her to counterpunch on those?
I think she just needs to be calm, cool, and collected, and let the Democrats do what they're going to do. I think the American people are going to be disgusted by it, and the Democrats will run campaign ads against themselves when they do this.
Well, there was quite a few reactions on Twitter to the tweet that you pointed out. I think it's been deleted now, but we'll check on that. There'll be a lot of tweets between now and the hearings. Mike, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.